All right, guys. So this is the final option that you have to do a final project on Freak the Mighty. Okay, this is the most wanted poster for Killer Kane. Okay, and so of course, what it's telling you at the very top, it says use the first template as a guide to complete your most wanted poster on page 2. So this is pretty much what you're doing. So it says insert the word wanted in large print, change the font and size. So you could go up here where it says font. If you hover over it, you can change it to whatever font you want. If I want to do permanent marker, for instance, I'm just going to cover and type wanted, and then I'm going to highlight over it, and then to change the size, I want this big because if I've ever seen a most wanted poster, I know that they have this in big print. And so it can be as big as you want. Okay. And then it says insert a picture of what Killer Kane might look like. So you can go to Google, think about how they describe Killer Kane. How do you think he would look? I'm not looking for the perfect picture. Just use what you know, what about killers maybe and big people, and think about his character and how do you think he might look. And so you would insert this picture right here. You could go and search Google. You might have someone you know that's super big, okay, and you could insert that picture there if you wanted. And then it says insert Killer Kane's real name here. So we know him by Killer Kane, but they also mention his real name in the novel. And so I want you to put that right here. All right. So that's the basic part. Then as you go down, it says characteristics. So on your most wanted poster, you're going to describe Killer Kane. So we're going to think about steel, the elements of steel. So we're going to tell a little bit about Killer Kane. That way, if someone ever saw Killer Kane, they can say, hey, that's him. Where's my reward? Okay. So speech. How does he speak to Max and others? His thoughts. What does he believe or think? Think about when he's having that conversation with Max when he first picks him up. His effects on others. How does he make others feel? Think about how he's making Max feel, or Iggy, or Grim and Graham, or Loretta. Think about those characters because that's who he interacts with. His actions. How does he act and what does he do? And then his looks. How does he look? Maybe use your picture that you choose to kind of describe him, but the novel also describes him as well. Okay? So once you do that, it says wanted for. Why is he wanted? What did he do? Well, we know what he did, but you're just going to type that right there. Last scene. Where was the last place? Where was he last at before kidnapping Max? So was he out and about? Was he around the corner? Like, think about where he was before he kidnapped Max. And so then the reward. I'm going to go back up here and shrink this. Or actually, yeah, I'm just going to shrink it so that everything is on this one page. Then the reward. What will the reward be if found? Is there going to be a reward? This is totally up to you, okay? So if you're going to give a reward, you'll put that there. So this is the template. This is your guide to filling your own out, okay? You can change the font. You can change the print, okay? Just make sure you're using this top part. So we're under characteristics. It has the elements of steel. Make sure you have all those elements of steel under here. Okay? Wanted for, go back up. What is he wanted for? Okay? Notice how I'm having to go back on each part and move my cursor or my screen up to answer each part to look at the question. Last seen, well, what is my question about last seen? What was he last at before kidnapping Max? And then reward, well, what is my reward going to be? Okay. Once you finish that, the second part of it is to write a letter to Max from Kenny Kane or Killer Kane, which is Max's father. So it says, write a letter from Kenny Kane, who is also Killer Kane, to Max. What would he tell his son? Do you think he would apologize for killing his mother or kidnapping him? Write what you think he would tell his son. And so I've started you off. Dear Max, comma, I am, and then just start typing, what do you think he would tell Max? And then I've signed sincerely, and then it says, add what you think Killer Kane would sign with. Would he sign with Killer Kane? Would he sign with Dad? Would he not sign at all? What do you think his signature would be? Once you have done your most wanted poster and you've written a letter to Max from Killer Kane, you will click the turn in button. Remember, you only have to do one project. I'm not asking you to do options 1, 2, and 3. I'm only asking you to do one and a reflection. All right? If you have any questions, leave comments in the Google Classroom. There will be a Zoom call today at 11 o'clock to go through these. If you have any questions, and trying to see if there's anything else I need to mention to you. Oh, don't forget the due date is May 23rd for the project, which is next Saturday. Okay? See you guys. Have a great weekend.